Hi everyone, this is Aurora with Texas Craft Lover, and I'm here to show you a little something that I have been doing for Angeldreamcrafts over on Etsy. I am part of her guest design team, and she had sent me some. I made a video of the initial unboxing, and I'll put the link of that video down below. But I wanted to welcome all the new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please do so by hitting the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell so that you can be reminded of when I upload some more videos. And I do have a lot more videos in mind. I'll be posting one right after this one, so keep an eye out for it. It will have to do with something a little bit different. It's for graphic design. I'm hoping to get that off, launched. But it's a new thing that I want to start, and I know there's a big need for it in the crafters world because, we all love to make our own. But anyway, I'm going to put Kim's shop, Etsy shop, Angeldreamcrafts link down below, so keep an eye out for it. Click if you see anything you like here. Please go over to her shop. This is some of the stuff that I created with her laces that I got from her shop, and now the flowers are not from her shop, the beads are not from her shop, but she does have some spectacular items in her shop. Just go check it out. I'll leave her link to her shop down below. This is just a little kind of cellophane, well, not cellophane, but glassine faux bag that I made. And I actually got parchment paper, and what was I making that I just tore the heck out of it? Oh yeah, I was drying some flowers in a book. And previously I had dried the flowers just with nothing in between the pages, and that didn't go so well. They started to mold, and I did not like that because my girls have allergies, and so I try to keep, any type of mold out of the house and not in, the book. I mean, not in the house. So in the book, they had some mold, so I tore those pages off and threw those away. But I thought, okay, well, I need to let them air dry a little bit before I stick them in there, because I came home, they were fresh flowers. They still hadn't dried out any at all, and I just shoved them up in a book because I wanted to save them and press them. But I noticed that they didn't dry very well, so I changed my method this time, and I was using parchment paper in between. So I folded a piece of parchment paper and I stuck it in the book, but then I had all this extra parchment paper left, and I thought, oh, I know, I'll make me some envelopes out of these. So I did. Now if you can see inside, I don't know if you can, but Kim sent me, and I asked her to send me some napkins that were, that she had in her shop, and she has a ton more, so go check those out. And this one was from Little Girl Face, and I'll show you because I split this napkin up into two, and I love the way it looked inside. I didn't really want to glue it outside because I didn't want a decoupage over it. I wanted it to be, just kind of like protected by the glassine bag. So I just glued it to the top up here and stuck it inside the bag, and you can see it that it's in there. But that looks really good. You can't really see her from the front, but you can have a nice look at her from the back. And in the front, I thought I really want to use this trim that she sent me, or this lace, and I don't know which one it is, but it's one of her, it's in her shop, and I just love these, that it dangles so much. So I just glued it to the top of the bag. And this is parchment paper, not wax paper, but you can try it with either or. And then I had done a swap with someone, and they sent me these beautiful flowers, and I just fell in love with them. I thought, oh, how darling. I need to, incorporate them into something. And I didn't want to get them all bunched up and lost, so I thought I better start you know, I better use them quickly. So I glued those on top of here because I had been hoarding them for a little while. And I thought, no, I need to use them and I need to get them into something. So I decided when I was going to decorate it completely different. This parchment bag or glassine bag, however you want to call it. And I was about to put my stuff away when I found these in my little stash, and I thought, oh, these would be perfect because of the colors. So I just did that with that one. And then with the other half of the napkin, this is what I did. I took one of her little garment tags and used a glue stick and just glued, you know, adhered glued to the whole tag, and then I put the napkin right on top. But because I just wanted her face peeking out. And the napkin in the picture, the little girl has little flowers on her head. And so I thought, oh, I want to mimic that, you know. And you see these little balls, these are actually 3D. I don't know if you can tell from that. And I got those at the Dollar Tree one year. I guess it was last year or the year before. I can't remember. It was during Easter, so they might even have some more. They came in all these other colors like blue and purple and yellow, and they always have white, but you know, this time they had like pastel colors, and I thought, oh, how perfect. These will be great at accents. And I hadn't really opened the bag because I thought, what a mess. They're going to go everywhere. They have static and they stick to everything and they might fall out. With my 5-year-old around, I wasn't daring to do it. But finally I thought I need to use these up. And I've got a kind of a big bag of them, you know, in each color. And so I thought I need to start using these up. And they came in perfectly here. And I mean, I could have used them for the dots inside, but I had these gold accents and I thought it went well with one of another Kim's trims up here. This is her tag, her napkin, and her trim. And I just had a punch that I had just received from somebody that I purchased, I think, off of Facebook. So I punched some out of, you know, lined paper and some printed kit. It was just a piece of random leftover kit that I didn't use. And I think it was from another design team that I'm on. And I thought, oh, this is going to be perfect. And you can even see the lines of the garment tags still coming through the napkin. You could easily still journal on top of that if you just wanted to do the napkin without any of the, you know, the trims being in your way. But I thought it added such a cute look with the gold accents and the goldish, because I feel like this trim is kind of, you know, on the gold side, not really a true beige, you know, like this one where it has some shimmer in it. I don't know if you can tell from the video, but it does have some shimmer, and I absolutely love that trim. I need to get some more. And here's another one. Now this one, same trim as this one, except this one, I didn't ink it. On this trim, I grabbed my dauber that I use, and I kind of just rubbed it on top, and it gave it just the right amount of, you know, grunginess that it looks like a different color. This one I used just as is, just like it came out of the box. And I glued it on top of this pre-made envelope pocket that I had hoarding it for years. And this one I used the shoe polish from the Dollar Tree, and I gave it, you know, a little bit of color all the way around. And I used a pen, believe it or not. That's not sewing, because at that time when I made these little pockets, I didn't have a sewing machine. I had given it away. I wasn't using it. And the guy I knew that I worked with, he said that, you know, he wanted to get a machine and start sewing. And I thought, well, I have one and I'm not even using it. So I gave it to him. And of course, he's not using it either. But, you know, my well-intentions were well received, and so he was happy with his machine. I think he has started it ever since, but, you know, since I talked to him. But I gave mine away, and then I thought, why did I give my machine away? You know, I had put it away for so many years. It was yellow. That's how long I've had it, and I thought I could never get the tension right. And I thought, well, you know, things happen for a reason. I might as well just, you know, buy me a new one. And I did. I found a really inexpensive one. But when I made these, I didn't have the sewing machine. So I just drew a line around. I kept seeing people just, you know, they don't have a sewing machine, or they don't like to sew. They don't know how to sew. So they would just draw their sewing lines in there. And I did that. Although when I did use a shoe polish, I put these in another little bag. It was just a paper bag, and I put them away in a drawer. Well, when I took them out, the shoe polish smell was overwhelming. And I thought, oh my goodness, I cannot use that shoe polish. It's going to, you know, bother somebody if I give this away. The smell of whatever it is, the chemical that it has in there, is just, they're going to hate it. So I thought, no more shoe polish on my projects. But now I smell it. You can't smell it. And I'm a little hoarse because I've been sick lately, but I cannot smell any of that. So you have to let it out, air it out, because I stuck it in the bag. You know, I finished making them, and then I stuck them in the bag and put them away. But that was the wrong thing to do. So I just had some, added the trim. I added these faux buttons that I call it. This little trinket right here, I love anything sparkly, by the way. From Kim's shop. Everything else was, you know, from what I had. I had my own little tabs, the little pearl accents, but go check Kim's shop out. It is absolutely amazing, the stuff that she carries. And then last but not least, I had made a journal before for another design team, and I thought, well, I really want to. I made it really plain. I didn't do any kind of decorations on it, and it's very blank. And I wanted it this way because I wanted it to, you know, to journal on it. I don't journal. I am a list maker, so I like lines. If you don't know what a list maker is, look up Tori, the Reset Girl. She has done I guess a 180 or 90 degree change in her life. She basically went from owning a home to living in an RV. And I mean, that is amazing to me. Kudos to her for having the courage, her and her husband going on the road and traveling and doing her crafting. She videos her YouTube videos right from her RV. I mean, you can see her setup. She goes through everything. I mean, she let us into her life, and I really appreciate, you know, people that do that, because it is so interesting what people have the courage to do nowadays. And this was just a really simple, you know, journal that I had done with a previous design team, or previously for a design team. But I thought I could add a little bit of accent because I thought the color of this trim would go well. And this is just a little envelope that I made, and it didn't have any embellishment in the front. And I thought, well, I really love this kit, and I'll leave the link to the kit below. But I wanted a little bit of something on the front, so I stuck one of the trims to that. Let me show you what it looks like in full if you haven't. And this is one of the trims that I picked out, and I love it. It is just gorgeous. I mean, like you saw on the tag, you can tear this apart. I tore, you know, the head of the rose and then the leaves, and then stuck them around the tag. You can do that, or you can just leave it like, you know, one piece here and adorn your piece. And let me show you what else I did with it, because that's all I have left. I'm going to show you what all I have left of what I got from her design shop, and I'm kind of hoarding it. and you know, I just don't want it. It's too pretty. I mean, you know, I kind of want to wear it sometimes, but I'm going to keep this particular piece, because I think it'll work well when I coffee stain. I want to try to see if it'll work when I coffee stain. I think it will. This one I'm going to have to, like, a coffee stain at first, get it, because it'll absorb a lot of coffee stain. And that's why I'm hoarding these 2 little pieces, and I need to go get some more because I absolutely love these two trims. But let me show you what else I did with that trim. I just made a little flip. And because it has this cute little edge on the top, like the scalloped edge, I thought it was cute because now, you know, look at the edges of my book. My books aren't too even. I'm not the best at my holes are not even, so my book, my signatures are not even. So I have, this looks sunken down in here. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I can. But, you know, it's mine. I'm not selling this, so I'm not worried about it not being perfect. It's mine. I can deal with the flaws in it. But I wanted to come on and show y'all what I did. And I just glued it to the top and left it as a little fabric flip that, you know, that I always admire other people do. And I thought, I need to start doing that more often. And I thought this trim lended itself very well to the fabric flip, and I just added that. And that is all I have for y'all today. I hope y'all enjoyed my projects that I made. Go over to Kim's shop at Angeldreamcrafts and take a look around. She has amazing trims and napkins, and I think maybe some digitals now. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I haven't been there. My home life has been, you know, turned upside down somewhat. I'm going through some personal stuff, but I think the Lord is working on, you know, my family right now. And so if you're a believer in prayer, pray for me. And, you know, I know God will make and have many blessings for each one of us. And so thank you for coming on here and taking a look at my video. I hope you guys have a fabulous day, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.